Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are finally getting around to doing a Q&A after many, many long expected months. So let's get started. So I asked you guys like a half a century ago for some of your questions in a post, and we are finally now just getting around to making a video about it. So let's get into it. I apologize for the microphone sticking violently out of my sweatshirt. I got it for Christmas, so we're testing it out, and we'll see how the sound actually sounds. Our first question is, why did you start a YouTube channel? And actually, originally, I had a pet YouTube channel. I got it up to like 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers. So that was my original goal, was to make content for pets. That was my original goal. Then I just started the Sara Dvorachek channel. And the real reason I have this channel is honestly just to help people. I love helping people in any sort of way. The next question is, what is your funniest childhood story or memory? And the only one that I could really, not the only one of the ones I could only think of was we would sit down to eat lunch and I would take broccoli and I would dip it in ranch and then I would spread it over my face pretending I was putting makeup on. Yeah, I was a weird kid. The next question is, what do you like to do in your free time? I never know what to say when somebody asks me this question because I legitimately have 20 million hobbies. I promise you, I legitimately do. Like, I could name all of them. Baking. No, I'm not going to name all of them. The next question is, if you could do anything on a rainy day, what would it be? And honestly, I think writing, because there's just something about the rain that kind of gives you inspiration for like a nice murder scene or something. So I'd probably have to say writing. The next question is, if you could do anything on a sunny day, what would it be? My favorite thing on a good old summer day is to pack up my bags and go to our local park and literally just sit there and soak in the sun, reading, writing, singing, praying, talking to myself like a creepo, and just laying in there all day and just soaking up that vitamin C or whatever vitamin comes from the sun. The next question is, what is your favorite hobby? And I think I have to say, out of all of mine, although I don't do it very often at all, is horseback riding. The next question is, if you could eat anyone in your state, where would it be? I'm going to have to say Culver's and Chick-fil-A. They're a tie. I couldn't pick one or the other. Culver's for the ice cream, Chick-fil-A for the fries or whatever. The next question is, if you could spend a day with a boy besides your brothers and do anything, what would you do and with who? I don't know who asked this question, but I am not going to answer it because I don't have an answer. Or I might, but I'm still not going to answer it. The next question is, if you could spend your day with anybody in the world, who would it be? And my honest answer would be somebody from history, either a missionary, Corey Ten Boom, or some World War II hero, because I'm obsessed with anybody from that era. Or not anybody. Stories from that era. The next question is, what hobby have you been interested/focused on lately? And I have to say writing, just because I'm getting pretty close to publishing my next book. So that's just kind of an exciting era to plunge forward in. I genuinely hope the sound is not pure madness. My sister is watching me.
I've been trying not to laugh this whole time.
The next question is, what is your favorite Bible verse? My favorite Bible verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And that's just kind of my life verse in general. The next question is, do you feel like a professional singer, or would you like to pursue any other professional career? Personally, no, I don't feel like a professional singer at all. Like, I make singing videos, but I don't feel professional in any way. I also have a lot of different career paths I feel like I could follow. So we will just see where the Lord wants me to go. The next question is when did the Lord save you, and could you share your testimony with a heart emoji? And absolutely, I would love to share my testimony, but I was thinking of doing a separate video on this, so you guys can come back and check for that, because I feel like it would be too long, and this Q&A would be like 4 hours long. The next question is, what is your favorite song, hymn, and music artist? My favorite hymn is Be Thou My Vision, and I really like things that the Coffee Ministries do. I also listen to a lot of film scores and soundtracks and random Irish music. The next question is, what is the best piece of advice that I've ever received? I don't know about the best advice I've ever received, but I've received some pretty good advice from just parents and siblings, and I think one of the best pieces of it, like chunk of the pie, was to legitimately not care what the world thinks, because ultimately we're not living to please them, we're living to please the Lord, not the world. Hey, that rhymed. Next question is, what are you most grateful for? And I am legitimately so grateful for all of my friends and family, because I have very great, amazing family. What is family? Family and friends. It's a Sunday afternoon, if you guys couldn't tell. How do you like to unwind after a long day? I don't really know how to answer that, because personally, I don't really like winding down. But I think my favorite way to unwind is by working out and stretching. Just something about it just kind of gets you going again. It's just like a recharge. What is one thing that you are proud of? I don't know about proud of, but I think probably my YouTube channel, I started it when I was 9. And I think just the dedication that I poured into that was, I don't know if I'd say proud of that though. I'm not really proud of that. The next question is, what is your biggest fear? My biggest fear is either getting in a car accident or losing somebody I love and they will die. That's probably my biggest fear. The next question is, what is your favorite book genre? My favorite book genre is World War II. I don't know why. I read a book once about World War II and I legitimately got hooked onto it to the point where I think I've read every World War II book within like an 80-mile radius of our house. So, have you ever gotten anybody saved? I don't know if anybody has, like, nobody personally has told me that they have gotten saved, but I do my YouTube channel and podcast in hopes that somebody will. So, the next question is, what would you do if reading your Bible and praying was illegal? And actually, I have thought about this a lot just from reading. Like I said, I read a ton of World War II books, and just from some of the methods, I have learned a couple secrets or two. So, if that day does come, hit me up, guys, because I might have a couple tricks up my hoodie sleeve. The next question is, what is your least favorite Bible verse if you have one? And I don't, just because that kind of feels illegal. Like, that feels kind of wrong to have a least favorite Bible verse. I can't think of one that I do. The next question is, what movies did you watch as a kid? When we were growing up, we watched a lot of like the old, not a lot, but we watched like the old Disney movies. Swiss Family Robinson was a family favorite. Homeward Bound, and a lot of like just the old classics like Little House, Road to Avonlea, and the Green Gables, Little Woman, like just a lot of those nice classics that just have a lot of good stuff packed into them, not like all the animation junk that they're coming up with now. The next question is, has your dad been a pastor your whole life? No, he started pastoring the church that we're at right now, I think about 8 years ago now. The next question is, how old can you date? I am not allowed to date until I'm 18. I'm 16, so 2 more years, and I am just fine with that because you only get to be a kid for so long, guys. You gotta make the best of it. The next question is dating or courting. In my family, we call it courting. Just using some of the biblical principles derived from the Bible. The next question is, how many siblings do you have? And I have 7 siblings. I don't know why I always want to say 8, but technically I'm not my own sibling. Sorry there. So I have 7 siblings. And I love it. The next question is, what is the best compliment somebody has ever given you? I was trying to think. I think the best compliment someone has ever given to me is that I'm weird. And I really like when people call me that. The reason for that is because if you're calling somebody weird, you're calling them different. And I like that because then you're not like the copy and paste of every other girl. You know what I mean? No, probably not. The next question is, if you inherited $1 million, never gonna happen, who would you tell first? The very first person that I would phone up, tell, yell, and scream to is Grace, because she is my ultimate bestie. She's also my sister, and we have a podcast, guys. If you guys want to go check that out, the link will be up here. The next question is, what is your favorite kind of pizza? My favorite kind of pizza, I feel like it's kind of lame, but it's just a good old-fashioned cheese pizza, thick crust, with cheese. Cheese. What is end? The end of it. Stuffed crust. That's my favorite kind. I'm just a cheesehead in general. Love cheese. The next question is, does pineapple belong in pizza? Sure. I don't know. I don't really care, honestly. Like, people, like, I feel like it's way too overhyped. Like, everyone's like, "There's pineapple on pizza." Pineapple. Like, I don't care. Like, if you want to put tropical fruit under your pizza, you go right ahead. Like, I'm not gonna stop you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, I'll eat it, sure, but it's just like, I don't get why it's such a big debate. The last question is, what is your favorite thing to bake? I've been into sourdough a lot lately. That's been a journey. But other than that, probably just like cookies, pies, bread. Honestly, anything. I love baking anything. It's just so much fun. That was our last question. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any more questions, let me know if you want me to do a part 2. I don't know how long this is gonna turn out to be. It sounds like a seizure. But we'll see you guys in our next video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Peace out.
Hi.